day, friends and children. It's fine and fantastic with Green Park, Cambridge English. This is Professor M. Desangarajan, podcast number 7. Today's special is a simple and great story in management. Our iceberg is melting. Part 1, Conversation 1. Oh dear, why are you late to school? Oh, I had to stop to meet my old aunt. She needs our care as she lives alone. That's good. Don't worry, I'll help you. Yes, dear, I'll need your notes to copy. With pleasure. You can take it home today. Thank you, dear. Conversation 2. Ravi, can you pick this bag for me? Sure, Aunt. What's wrong with your health? Oh, I slipped and fell in the kitchen. My back is hurt and is paining terribly. Oh, dear Aunt. Shall I take you to the doctor today? Yes, I thought of it. Shall we go this evening? Sure, Aunt. I'll return from the office soon. Part 2. Some words for pronunciation practice. 1. Vehement. This is normally pronounced as vehement, but the right pronunciation is vehement. Showing strong, passionate feelings. He expressed his anguish quite vehemently. He expressed his anguish quite vehemently. Vehement. 2. Viva voce. Viva voce. Oral examination. Every PhD candidate should appear for a viva voce. Viva voce. 3. Bureaucrat. Bureaucrat. A government official who follows rules strictly. He is a dedicated bureaucrat. Bureaucrat. 4. Bruise. Bruise. A blue mark injury on the skin caused by heavy blow. I have received some bruises in the accident. Bruise. Part 3. Stress rhythm in connected speech. Some sentences for practice. 1. They have fenced their house. They have fenced their house. 2. Oh, have they? I don't know. Oh, have they? I don't know. 3. When are you coming? When are you coming? 4. I'll come by the evening. I'll come by the evening. 5. Where's the meet conducted? Where's the meet conducted? 6. It's near the Trinity Mall. It's near the Trinity Mall. Part 4. Idioms in English. 1. It rains cats and dogs. It really cannot rain cats and dogs from the sky, friends. Just leave half a dozen cats and half a dozen dogs in a room. They'll create such a hell of a noise like heavy rain spattering on the roof. That's raining cats and dogs. Number 2. The idiom hold your horses means to control your speed of work. Hold your horses. Even Homer has used it in his Greek epic Iliad. It is used when you are rash and doing something fast without good thinking. Hold your horses, please. Friends and children, it is part 5. Today's song for practice is Make Me a Channel of Your Peace.
Channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring your love. Where there is injury, your pardon knows. And where there's doubt, true faith in you. Oh, Master, grant that I may never see
Friends and children, it is part 6. Today's story is the story of penguins in the book Our Iceberg is Melting by John Cotter. Our Iceberg is Melting is a classic story in management. It teaches so much about scouting for new ideas that will bring in effective changes in life. John Cotter is a professor at Harvard School of Business. He uses the story of penguins on an iceberg as a fable through which he explains his 8 steps that will definitely lead the individual and organization to success. Well, friends, now the story. A colony of 260 emperor penguins lived on an iceberg, which was their home for many generations. The iceberg surrounded with rich fish appeared permanent for them. Fred was a very scientific penguin. He found canals and pockets of water in the iceberg. Fred knew that in winter the water in the pockets would freeze and break the iceberg. Being afraid to discuss with others, Fred approached Alice, who was a positive thinker and a member of the leadership council. He took Alice for a swim under the iceberg and explained. Alice understood the gravity of the situation and informed the leadership council. Initially, the members were hesitant, but Alice insisted that they should hear Fred. The council leader, Lois, was a penguin of good wisdom. He invited Fred to explain to the other members. Now Fred constructed a 4 feet by 5 feet model of iceberg with ice and snow. At the meeting, he explained what was happening to the iceberg using his model. Though a penguin called Nono objected, all the other council members called for a general assembly of all the penguins in the colony. Fred found a castaway bottle which he filled with water. He kept it in the ice to freeze. The expanding water broke the bottle. Fred used this as his model and explained to all the penguins in the assembly. The iceberg is going to crack like the bottle. Most of the penguins understood the gravity of the situation. And there was a general agreement to Fred's view. The next day, they found a seagull who had come on a scouting mission for food. They spoke to the seagull and found the nomadic life of seagulls. This led to the feeling that they could also scout for a new iceberg. A scout team was formed, trained, and sent for search. The scouts went on frequent missions in search of good iceberg. They came up with many exploits of discoveries. Every time they returned, they were rewarded and motivated. The search went on and finally they found a large iceberg with rich food of fish around. Though there were some skeptics like Nono, the migration work began. They all moved to the new iceberg. Life on the new iceberg was good. But then they learned to look for more comfortable places every season. They learned a new culture of constant change. Penguins lived happily ever after, accepting change as the constant of life. The author, John Cotter, tells that Fred's legend was pronounced in 8 points. When you are faced with management difficulties, follow these steps. Number 1. Create a sense of emergency, as Fred and Alice created. Number 2. Pull together a guiding team. Number 3. Create a change vision and strategy. Number 4. Communicate with others for better understanding and buy-in. Number 5. Empower others to act as they did with the scouts. The scouts were delegated power and they went about in search of a new iceberg. Number 6. Produce short-term wins, like the scouts who came up with small stories and fishing areas. Number 7. Don't let up. There will be negative thoughts and negative criticisms. Don't listen to them. And last, number 8. Create a new culture like the penguins learned to move from one iceberg to another season after season with richness of life. That is what you call as change being the constant in life, children. Well, friends and children, that's the end of the training podcast today. This is Professor Desingarajan signing off. Thank you.